Live from William Campbell High School, it's time for Colonels basketball. The Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country. Thank you so much for joining us. Altavista in town, sporting their 17-3 record, taking on the William Campbell Generals, and it's senior night for William Campbell. I am Kyle Hoehne, and since there's so many UVA connections here tonight, I brought along my resident Wahoo expert, Keaton Brooks. Keaton, how are you? Welcome. Nice to have you.
Thanks for having me, Kyle. I'm a little nervous here. Big shoes to fill with Oscar Briggs and Bob Alvis, but I hope I can do it. I'm excited for this last game of the regular season.
I like the fact that you said you have big shoes to fill, because you do. It's been a good three-man weave this week. You tonight, Bob yesterday. Ryan Cook made his broadcasting debut Wednesday and did a very nice job. So, yes, you certainly have some tough acts to follow, but just the fact that you admitted it and that you admitted that you're nervous, I think that's big. Know thine own self, young man.
I listen to YouTube on KD Country, youtube.com/KD Country.
That's exactly right. KD Country YouTube page, a fantastic place to find all the old Colonel games and some other fun stuff on there as well. The Subway pregame show should be a good time as Keaton and I get to break down this basketball game. And we will hear from the head coach, Mike Cardellaro, right around the corner. I got a chance to catch up with Coach C before the game. He'll talk about last night. Colonels get the big win over Rustburg. He'll talk about tonight. And who knows what else might be discussed with Mr. Cardellaro. Should be a fun time. Subway pregame show is on. It's the William Campbell Generals. It's the Altavista Colonels. You've got yourself a ringside seat on 105.5 KD Country.
Unfortunately, I have some bad news.
How bad is it, Doctor?
We've done all we can. Your heat pump's not gonna make it.
Oh, no.
Honey, it's going to be okay. We'll call Select Air Mechanical and Electrical, 332-2600. With over 60 years experience, they'll have us comfortable again in no time.
I recommend Select Air to all my patients. Call 332-2600 or visit selectairmechanical.com. They can handle all your home comfort needs, and they're an authorized trained dealer. It's hard to stop a train.
No one knows trucks like we know trucks. Come see us and you'll agree. From small to tall, we've got it all. Highview Motors, GMC. Come on in. Bring the family. See your friends at Highview Motors. Highview Motors, GMC. From small to tall, we've got it all. Highview Motors, GMC.
My friends call me the perfectionist, but English's Building Supply, my neighborhood Glidden paint dealer, they greet me by name. You see, I like to get things exactly right, especially when it comes to my painting projects. So I'm in English's Building Supply a lot, whether it's mixing the perfect Glidden paint for my project or offering great incentives. They do business just the way I like it, perfectly. English's on North Main Street, Altavista.
Back to the press box for high school sports on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway pregame show returns from William Campbell High School. The Altavista Colonels in Naruna taking on the Generals. Senior night for William Campbell. Joining me again is Coach Mike Cardellaro. Coach C, you took round 2 against Rustburg a little more comfortably, 27-point victory this time. Bob and I were talking. We thought you got off to a really fast start, and that's something you didn't quite do the first time. Was that the main key, just a better first half?
Yeah, absolutely. It's important to get off to a good start and hit a shot or two and get your legs going defensively and feel good about the game. And last night's game with Rustburg was a lot better than the night before as far as the beginning. That's real important. Thought it made a big difference for us.
The Johnson brothers and the team in general on the glass, thought you guys were good. You give yourselves so many offensive rebound opportunities. Those two guys rank right up there with the best you've seen as far as getting the glass and getting those extra chances. Now, you've had some good ones too, but, man, they're just animals down low in the paint.
They're tough to handle, and Donnie's pitched in and gotten on the glass too. But, the Twins getting after it on up there, offensive rebounds really makes a difference. And, we missed a few of those last night, but we were up there on the rim and going after it. The first Rustburg game, we lost the boards by 1. So that was really important for us to to come back on that. And then last night we won by 11 on the glass. So, you got to take advantage of who you are, and those guys are pretty physical in the paint.
Yeah, a lot of shot blocking again all the way around from you guys. This game tonight against William Campbell, you really took them apart the first time. That was a game that Juan and Darius both went over 1,000 points. So you may have had a little extra emotion and extra high going. You expect it to be a little bit tougher tonight, and considering it is their senior night?
Absolutely. You speak of those two guys getting 1,000 points. There was a little extra emotion, and for them now tonight it's senior night. So they're going to have the extra emotion, and it's on their home floor. And this is our second senior night in 3 days.
Yeah.
So that's what we talked about. We've got to have a focus. The game starts at 0-0, and William Campbell's going to play really hard, and they're real athletic.
Last regular season game before we get into playoff
For a love that can endure any
one
fashion
more
trend,
question
Duke's
here with
family
Mike
only
Carlero
feeds
before
him
we get
eyes.
to the shout-outs.
With 2
Thornhill
times the
had a
meat
couple
than
more
other
Mount
leading
Monster
brands,
type
it
of
helps keep him
dunks last
strong
night, a
from
couple
tiara
of the
to
alley-oop
toenail.
plays.
Just one of
The
many
alley-oops,
Iams
the
formulas
lobs
to
to
keep
Juan.
love
It's normally
strong.
Michi throwing it. Is it always designed? Is it sometimes free-wheeled? Do you want to reveal your cards a little bit on those? Or
It's a little bit of both.
Okay, that's what I thought.
It's a little bit of both, but he did pull one on us on his own last night. Michi and Juan on the inbounds pass, and Juan stepped in. We've not seen that one before. That's an amazing athlete, and Michi's laying that thing right in front of the rim. I mean, he's doing good stuff, and sometimes it gets us in a little bit of trouble, but guys, they get pumped up when it happens, and a couple of them are by design, but a lot of it is improvised by those kids. They're that athletic.
Yeah, it's that kind of a team. When you get the horses like that, sometimes you just got to let them out of the stable and let them run. Let's get to the shout-outs. Don't know how many fans are making the trip to Naruna, but that's a great thing about KD Country. You take the Colonels with you.
Absolutely. We know we got a big crowd listening in, and it's increased in the road game, so the heat's on you to deliver.
I don't need that.
My dad is listening in. William and his family are listening in. Plenty of people across the mountain, I think, are listening in. And Ann and Chris in Maryland. Minnie is always in Orlando. Micah and his lovely family up in Manassas. Sarah Swanson, Miss Drumheller, who are very loyal fans at home, but they sit by the radio and listen to it away. I know they're listening in. Glenn and Linda Miller, as always. I think Pug and Bob Finch are probably listening in, and people give us a shout, and we'll try to get names out there, and glad they're listening in, and hopefully we'll be able to come away with the win tonight.
Regular season comes to a close tonight. Generals, Colonels, tip off in about 10 on 105.5 KD Country.
If credit card processing is important to your business, I can help. I'm Ramonda Davis of First National Bank, and I'm your local e-commerce officer for merchant card and other electronic business products. Local means I live in Central Virginia. I'm ready to come see you and respond quickly to what you need. Local means I'm focused just on your business needs. For the latest in electronic payment technology and competitive pricing, contact me, Ramonda Davis. First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
It's cold in here. Will your heating system keep you warm this winter, or will you spend a cold evening shivering under the covers? Have your heating system inspected today by Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling. Kent Tyree has over 20 years experience and specializes in heating, air, plumbing, and electrical. Licensed and bonded. Call for an appointment today. 309-2266. 309-2266. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling.
We've returned to Bug Motors, and we're talking with one of the owners, Joe Andrews.
Thanks, Dave. We are super excited about the growth that continues to take place here. Just last week, we announced the opening of the Bug Motor Service Center located in the old Merita Bread Building at 12336 Wards Road. Right now, we have free diagnostic checks up to a half hour, alignment starting as low as $39.95, and oil changes as low as $19.95. We service all makes and models, so remember, you can get your car serviced anywhere, but you can only get us here at Bug Motors. Visit bugmotors.com for more information.
Your high school sports station with award-winning coverage on 105.5 KD Country.
I will. You don't know her last name or anything, do you? I don't know Ronnie. And we are live from William Campbell High School. It's the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country. Slightly hectic up here in the press box, Keaton. Normally the press box is a quiet place of solace where you can really contemplate life, but a little bit going on, and it's going to be good. It's going to be a good initiation for you to get broken into here as the Altavista Colonels and the William Campbell Generals getting set to do battle here, Mr. Brooks. And I mentioned the UVA connections earlier. Let's get back to that. Of course, William Campbell, the home of UVA football great Cedric Pierman, and boy, it was fun watching him rumble up and down the gridiron for the Generals. And, of course, the current connection, Mr. Juan Thornhill for the Altavista Colonels, headed to UVA next year to play football as well. I think you're going to like what you see from Thornhill as a UVA fan here tonight, Keaton.
I'm excited to see it. We were at the UVA Louisville game last weekend, and I think from what I'm seeing in warm-ups, I'm excited to see him there next year.
Yeah, absolutely. That Wahoo basketball team is something else, putting together an outstanding season as of late, and I hope they continue. Colonels much the same way, 17-3 on the year, as I mentioned. Let's talk about what's happened already this week. It's been a 3-game week, back-to-back games against Rustburg. It was at Rustburg Wednesday. Colonels won that one by 4 in a game that Rustburg led for over half the ball game, but Altavista just pulled away in the third and fourth quarters. I say pull away. They won by 4. They pulled away enough. And then yesterday in Altavista, Rustburg makes the return trip, and the Colonels end up winning by a bunch. Altavista came out hot, started strong. Final score 59-32, and of course you heard that on KD Country, or perhaps at kdcountry.com, maybe with the TuneIn app. And again, tonight it is the Generals, and if you think about the last time Altavista and William Campbell played, well, it was a history-making night for a couple Colonels. Darius Johnson and Juan Thornhill over 1,000 points in the same game. Pretty rare. We couldn't think of another time that that's happened, and I'll get you to rack your memory banks there as well, Keaton, and think about it. But
I Googled it. Could not find that instance.
That's nice. Well, and as we said, and Coach Cardellaro and I talked about, pretty rare just to have two 1,000-point scores on the same team, and let alone do it in the same night, go over 1,000. Exciting stuff and definitely history-making. Colonels did win that game 76-22 back on January 20th, so a little less than a month ago was the last time these two teams hooked up. Brandon Barksdale's squad continued to fight hard there in the second half, even though they were down by such a big margin. But the Colonels just too tough. It's the Subway pregame show. Don't forget the Simple 6 menu at Subway. Value made simple every day. Choose from our best 6-inch sandwiches, a bag of chips, and a 21-ounce drink for just $6. That's the Simple 6 menu at Subway. And it was Flatteeza Friday for me, Keaton. What do you like on your Flatteeza at Subway?
I just like all that and a bag of chips.
Zing, the 90s are alive and well here on KD Country. Let's take a quick timeout. We'll bring it back with the starting lineups, national anthem. It'll be tip-off before you know it from Naruna. It's William Campbell. It's Altavista. It's all live on 105.5 KD Country.
A short drive will save you money. In the market for a new Chevrolet? Fellers Chevrolet.
FellersDirect.com.
For a huge selection of new Chevrolets and pre-owned vehicles, it's Fellers Chevrolet.
FellersDirect.com.
FellersDirect.com. Selection. Convenience. Fellers Chevrolet.
Fellers Chevrolet.
Always open and only a click away.
FellersDirect.com.
A short drive will save you money. Fellers Chevrolet. In Altavista.
Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service.
A family serving family since 1905.
Personal, memorable memorial moments, celebrating life and more.
Pretty arrangements with confidence.
Trust and care from our family to yours. Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service.
A family serving family since 1905.
Now back to the action with Colonel Sports on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway pregame show continues to roll on here. We've got some serious shout-outs to accommodate Keaton. Our good friend Daniel Tanner listening online down there in North Carolina somewhere. You talk about Virginia fans. Hard to find one bigger than DT. And pretty good game on the basketball court as well. I know you were throwing some stuff at me about how you were an intramural champion, this and that. I don't know, man. Tanner from long range, hard to beat.
I don't know about basketball, Kyle, but Daniel on the diamond.
The
best fastball I've ever faced. and the most sting of my hands when he jammed me with that fastball inside, I've got to say.
Yeah, you were choking on the splinters or what was left of your aluminum bat after that.
Composite.
It was probably a composite. More shout-outs as we continue to have a good time. My good buddy Danny Barber on Broad Street in Altavista. Got the haircut there today. You could have mentioned that, by the way, Keaton. It looks pretty good. You could have mentioned. Because last time you saw me on Tuesday at bowling, we were knocking down all those pins. I had the long hair, looked like Fabio on the cover of one of those books. But now, got the short hair like you do. Big thanks to my buddy Danny Barber for that. My good friend, the Sugar Daddy, Earl Hackworth, probably listening in town. And Coach Ward, his family is listening. Sons Nolan and Jude hanging out, and his wife Gwen. Also, Coach Carlero tells us that the big contingent from over in Buena Vista, more and more folks tuning in every day to hear what the Colonels are up to over on the other side of the mountain, as Coach C calls it. I think it's just a stone's throw away up there in Buena Vista, but glad to have everybody alongside. And, of course, our live internet broadcast at kdcountry.com is brought to you by Chris Owen, your All-State agent in Lynchburg. Get a quote from Chris Owen today. And, of course, basketball fans are always in good hands with Chris Owen. And, you out-of-town folks, you can get a quote from Chris as well. I have a feeling he can save you some money with All-State Insurance. Our game also brought to you by English Construction, wishing our high school athletes an exciting and injury-free game. Highview Motors GMC, from small to tall. Highview has it all. Tyree Littles, heating and cooling, keeping you cool in the summer, warm in the winter, and comfortable in between. English Building Supply, your complete home center and your Glidden paint expert. Teller Chevrolet, a short drive will save you money. Finch & Finch Funeral and Cremation Services, a family serving families since 1905. Select Air, mechanical and electrical, your authorized train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. Bug Motors, over 40 cars and trucks in stock, minutes south of the airport on Route 29. First National Bank, focused on providing an extraordinary customer experience. And, of course, this is the Subway pregame show. Big shout-out to our dear friend Robert Duff, who is courtside at the Altavista Lady Colonels game. Keaton, I think he will be giving us some updates from that game, as Lady Colonels have some seeding in question. Don't know whether they're going to be playing Monday night or if they will get a bye. A lot of it depends on if they can beat the Lady Generals here tonight. Senior night festivities underway from William Campbell. And a shout-out also to Oscar Briggs. You stole his all that in a bag of chips line. But I'm glad you brought it back. I like that. Big O might be listening. Agent Zero. I call him Agent Zero. I call Josh Brown the secret agent. Ryan Cook is Captain Cook. That means you're Agent Enigma. That's what I wanted to call you, because you really are the Enigma. You're a true riddle. You're hard to figure out, Keaton. Let's bring it back to basketball here for a second if we can. I know that's tough. These Colonels are a real enigma as well. They're tough to figure out. Defenses don't have a lot of answers for what the Colonel club presents to you as problems, and Altavista's defense just stifling. Last night, Keaton, they held Rustburg to single digits every quarter.
Wow.
And you know as well as I do, if you hold a team to single digits every quarter, you're probably going to win a whole lot more than you lose.
Yes. That increases your chances greatly.
As we roll on here on the Subway pregame show, let me also tell you about the new grilled chicken strips here at Subway. No artificial flavors, no artificial preservatives. All white meat, premium cut chicken that is expertly prepared, lightly seasoned, and grilled to perfection. The new grilled chicken strips at Subway, they taste better, and they are better. And I do want to know, I'm going to put you on the spot here, what's your go-to item when you go to Subway, Keaton?
Chicken breast on honey oat.
Oh, nice.
Honey
Honey
mustard,
oat.
spinach, tomato, cucumber, extra onions.
Extra onions. Wow. That's why I never want to get too close to you. Okay. For folks that don't know, Keaton is one of these health guys, so I figured you were going to say something with some chicken involved there and some spinach and tomatoes and et cetera. Senior night appears to be done here from William Campbell High School. The national anthem gets set to go. And as soon as they do that, we'll step aside for just a moment. Since we do have a second, Keaton, we often screw up the timing on this pregame show, and here we are stuck with more to talk about. Both teams in the stretch drive. Both teams wrap up the regular season tonight. You want to be playing your best ball. Basketball is a tournament sport, so I'm sure both teams would love to see a good performance tonight. to build some confidence going into next week.
Yeah, that's the good thing about playoffs. The regular season for this really doesn't matter. Every team makes it. You're hot. You can go all the way.
That's a great point. You see that at all levels of basketball. Now it is national anthem time. I knew it was coming right around the corner. And that means the tip-off is coming right around the corner between the Generals and the Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical Virginia high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too.
Brought to you by English Construction Company with offices in Lynchburg.
Our thanks to these members of the KD Country Sports Club.
El Cerrito and Altavista. Throw on a sombrero. Shake your maracas. It's El Cerrito time. Authentic Mexican cuisine only at El Cerrito.
Robertson Auto Sales, Lynchburg. Dealers with a passion for great quality pre-owned vehicles. We love cars and trucks, and it shows in our inventory.
Aubrey Rosser, attorney at law, going above and beyond the courtroom. Your choice for any and all legal advice. Serving Altavista, Lynchburg, and Roanoke areas.
One Stop Mart, Main Street, Altavista, where the gas is cheap, beverages are cold, and the chicken is kicking.
Mad Biddy's Antiques, 105 Wood Lane, just off of Main Street. Come find what you didn't know you were looking for.
Dairy Free, serving ice cream, yogurt, fries, hamburger, hot dogs, and fresh chili since 1961 from their Main Street location.
Your home for Colonel sports coverage. 105.5 KD Country.
Subway pregame show returns for its final segment here from William Campbell High School. It's a good crowd in the gym here tonight, Keaton. It's, what do you think, 80% full, 85% full?
Yeah, and steadily people are coming in.
That's true. Late arriving crowd. Might be like one of those Los Angeles Dodger crowds. It is Friday night basketball. It is a nice tradition unlike any other, I think, particularly in our area. Starters being announced now for William Campbell. They're going to go with number 4, Michael Urban. Number 11, Jamar Wilkes. Number 23, Khalil Boyd. Number 24, Patrick Lockett. And number 50, Hakeem Gilliam. On the other side for the Colonels, Keaton, it's a senior lineup that has been pretty consistent for about the past 5 or 6 games. They'll go with number 5, Demetrius Johnson. Number 3, Donovan Montague. Number 10, Darius Johnson. Number 1, Michi Malback. And number 2, Juan Thornhill. Again, all seniors, Keaton, and that lineup has been pretty set for the last 2 weeks. And I have a feeling that's the lineup Coach Cardellaro is going to go with for the playoffs, barring any major changes. Officials are out and ready to go. The press box might be clearing out just a little bit. We'll see. Generals are in the home white jerseys, Keaton. They'll have silver numbers, William written over the number, Campbell written underneath, silver and blue trim down the sides. Everybody for them going with the gray shoes. The Colonels are in the road black jerseys, all orange Altavista written over the number, a little bit of orange trim down the side. Everybody for them going with the gray shoes and the gray socks, with the exception of Michi Malback, who is wearing his customary road black shoes. I was talking to you about that earlier. I think he likes the feel of the gray shoes at home, black shoes on the road. And each gym's a little bit different, Some gyms, the footing is not as good. You get dust on the floor, etc. So
I do like the matching shoes. Is that typical of? I don't remember that when I was in high school.
I think the Colonel teams have gone with that for quite some time. I can't speak for everybody else, but I know a lot of coaches like to match it up. Tip goes to the Generals, and they've got it in the front court. This is Patrick Lockett, hands off to Khalil Boyd. Just a bunch of handoffs out front. Everybody's dribbling and handing off to the other guard. Now they bounce it to Gilliam. Gilliam inside the three-point line left wing. Got it to Michael Irby, who's looking for help on the right wing, guarded by Montague. 7:32 left to play in the Select Air first quarter. Lockett drives, gets stopped at the free throw line. Soft jumper up, but won't fall down too short. Rebound comes down to Michi Malback and the Colonels. Montague wants to try a 3 early, and that's good. Donovan Montague from the far corner knocking it down. 3-0 Colonel advantage quickly here with 7:10 left to play in the Select Air first quarter. Malbeck guarding the basketball. Now they hand it off to Lockett. Now it's another handoff to Gilliam, and you see this motion offense, Keaton, which features a dribble and then a handoff. Those 3 or 4 guards out in front at the top of the key, just handing it off to each other. Now they throw it baseline. Got it in the hands of Lockett. Down low to Gilliam. Gilliam count a basket from the left side. Good play to get it inside to Gilliam. They sucked that Colonel defense out and were able to find open players down along the baseline.
They handled the pressure well.
They did. Colonels applied the pressure out front. It looks like a zone defense for William Campbell. 1-3-1 look by my estimation. Malbeck catches right wing, lobs it down low post to Darius Johnson. First shot won't go in. Second shot will. Darius Johnson following his own miss from 2 feet in front of the hoop. 5-2 is your Colonel advantage. 6:15 left to play in the Select Air first quarter. Gilliam catches right wing. He's about 3 feet behind the three-point line. Now he'll pass it over to Patrick Lockett between the circles. Lockett guarded by Demetrius Johnson. Slow pace so far to the game. Irby has it far sideline. That's the right sideline. William Campbell working right to left from our perspective. Pull-up 3 is no good by Jamar Wilkes. Stick back is good by Patrick Lockett. 5-4. Colonels lead trimmed to 1. Keaton, the Generals are active on the offensive end. It's not always pretty early on, but they're finding a way to score some buckets.
Yeah, I wasn't there the last time these two teams met, but it seems more offense. Definitely.
Well, we'll fill you in anyway. We'll let you know what happened. As I said, Colonels got the big win, 76-22. Malbeck, nice pass down low, left-hand post to Donovan Montague, and Montague off the window and in with the right hand from the left side. Donnie with a nice finish. Michi with a nice assist. 7-4. Colonels on top by 3 again. Neither team has substituted just yet as we're 3 minutes into the Select Air first quarter. Campbell basketball. They hand it off to Wilkes. Wilkes now middle of the court. It goes to Hakeem Gilliam. Gilliam's going to walk it slowly to his right and just bounces it backwards to number 4, Michael Irby. This is Lockett driving, shot up, no good. That was Boyd. Darius Johnson on the rebound along the baseline for the Colonels. Thornhill will bring it in the front court. Shake and bake move at the three-point line. Now he'll retreat back out towards midcourt. Left wing, it goes to Michi Malbeck. Bounces it in the left corner to Donovan Montague. Holds it over his head, long pass. A little off the mark, but Thornhill snagged it. Bounce back down low to Monty. Monty's shot won't go. Thornhill on the follow dunk won't go. Another follow by Montague wouldn't go. And finally, the 4th time is the charm as Thornhill puts it in with 2 hands right on the doorstep there. William Campbell not doing much boxing out. It's Altavista with 4 clean looks right in front there, and they finally deposited one of them for the 9-4 lead. Basketball loose. Colonels have a steal. Malbeck up ahead to Demetrius Johnson. Demetrius shot up, fouled. It'll go in. And it was Jamar Wilkes that caught Demetrius on the right arm, and Demetrius just powered through it for the hoop and the foul. First trip to the free throw line for anybody. And the first time the basketball's really been out of bounds, Keaton. Hadn't gone out of bounds much. Neither coach using a timeout. So really get our first solid stoppage in play halfway through the first quarter. 4:06 remaining in the Select Air first quarter. Free throws on the way from Demetrius Johnson. It's good. Old-fashioned three-point play is converted. And the Colonels extend the lead, 12-4. Basketball thrown out of bounds by William Campbell. Miscue there is going to give the basketball back to the road team. That's the Altavista Colonels. What do you see so far, Brooks? Getting choked up just thinking about it?
Good ball movement by Altavista so far. I know they missed a couple on the last one, but he was wide open for the layup.
Yep. And they've gotten a lot of people involved, too. 4 Colonels scoring early here, 12-4, the 8-point lead for Altavista. Colonels overload that left side. Lob play. Thornhill catches. Couldn't finish, though. Malbeck tried to put it up there near the left side of the rim, but Thornhill was just mistimed it just enough that he had a hard time hanging on. Travel out front. That's whistled against Khalil Boyd, and you will see some substitutes now. Josh
Dogs smile longer when you give them Dentistix, the treat that's clinically proven to reduce tartar buildup.
Looks like
and now there's Dentistix Deep Clean, which encourages chewing, keeping dogs and their mouths happier even longer. Smile. It's Dentistix time.
Malbeck not with the ball club tonight. He's a little under the weather. Should be okay next week, and Mateo might even be listening to us at home. Nelson Dews, 3-point try. No good. McClure there battling for the rebound. Loose ball collected by Patrick Lockett from William Campbell. General's going to bring it up. They throw it cross court to Khalil Boyd. Boyd striding right down the middle of the lane, blocking foul on Josh McClure. Josh tried to get his feet set. And Keaton, as a former player, you know, tough to take that charge. You got to do everything almost perfect, and you really have to sell it too. McClure just a little out of position there.
You've got to be basically standing still in front of the guy, which he was not in that case.
Boyd will shoot two. He was in the act. First one goes down. Gives it a 12-5 Colonel lead as William Campbell trims it a bit. Second one up, nothing but net. So give Boyd credit 2 for 2 on that trip down to the free throw line. Malback catches near sideline. Now he goes baseline to Demetrius Johnson. Demetrius got stuck under the hoop. Couldn't finish from a bad angle. And the basketball tapped out of bounds by the Generals. Altavista will inbound underneath their own scoring bucket, left side. Watch the lob play to Thornhill. Looked like William Campbell expecting it. Yeah, and Juan kind of got knocked off stride as Michi did try and throw it up for Juan. Transition play. Good job by Josh McClure to get back and reinforce the back line of that defense and get a steal. William Campbell had a 3-on-2 fast break, and McClure hustled back and disrupted it. Nelson Deuce catches left wing, fakes the dribble drive. Now one-hand bounce pass to Thornhill. It's back to Deuce, looks inside the defense. 2:38 left to play in the Select Air first quarter. It's a 12-6 Colonel advantage. Generals in that zone defense. Thornhill will catch and back it out. Looks for a little instruction from Coach Mike Cardellaro. Juan's got 1 foot in the midcourt circle, 1 foot out. Demetrius Johnson pops to the top of the key. Malback catches right wing, set play. Back to Demetrius. Michi thinking about stepping into the three. He'll pass to Thornhill. Juan left elbow, gives it up again, chest pass to Malback. Now it's McClure. Back to Michi. Michi, 3-ball. Good. Michi Malback with the catch and shoot 3. William Campbell did a good job denying the first look at 3, but Malback eventually found some room to get free, fired it in. 15-6. Boyd. Scoop layup will go down off the window. Khalil Boyd with the flashy finish. 15-8. Altavista on top. You see the patience in that Colonel defense, or excuse me, the Colonel offense, Keaton.
47-second drive. They waited for the open shot, and they got it.
That's an impressive stat right there, especially against these zone defenses. The Colonels are never in much of a rush. They like to break the defense down, look for the gaps, look for the areas to attack, and eventually it seems like they find one more often than not. They bounce it in the corner. McClure wants to try a 3. That's off the back iron, too strong. William Campbell going the other way quickly. It's Boyd up near sideline. Gets it down low to Irby. Excuse me, that's Jamar Wilkes, and that won't go in. Josh McClure on the rebound, and he is fouled by Khalil Boyd. Boyd just a little too aggressive trying to get the basketball back. 67 seconds left to play in a fast-moving first quarter. 15-8, the Colonel advantage. I'm Kyle Hoehne. He's Keaton Brooks. He's soft-spoken, but don't let him fool you, folks. He truly is an enigma. Hard to figure out. You need one of those enigma machines to figure you out, like in World War II.
I'm just enjoying the game so far.
Has been a good game so far. It's got a not exactly a quick tempo, but it's flying by quickly because the basketball's not going out of bounds much.
Only 3 fouls also.
Exactly. 2 on the Generals, 1 on the Colonels. Right corner, it's Darius Johnson. Now he goes right wing back to Thornhill. Darius, pull-up jumper, 17 feet, good. Look at the big man stepping out from the mid-range to knock it down. Darius has got 4 in the quarter, 17-8, Colonels lead. This is McKenna Neighbors in the ball game for William Campbell. He took too many steps and traveled. That's a turnover. Colonels basketball. On the court right now for the Generals, it's number 11, Jamar Wilkes. Number 2, McKenna Neighbors. Number 24, Patrick Lockett. Oh, boy, who am I missing now, Keaton? Number 12, Tiberius Ewell is out there. And then number 32, Michael Walker on the court for the home team. Colonels have the basketball in 18 seconds remaining. Thornhill's just going to put it on his hip and sort of looks like he's bored as the William Campbell defense is not going to stretch out past the three-point line to force Juan's hand. Down to 7 seconds. Now 6. Colonel's looking for something. McClure catches. Thornhill, NBA range 3 is up and good. Juan Thornhill at the buzzer. Wow. From deep, 25-footer goes in from Thornhill. We have played 1. Colonels lead by 12. Second quarter on the way when you come back to 105.5 KD Country.
No one knows trucks like we know trucks. Come see us and you'll agree. From small to tall, we've got it all. Highview Motors, GMC. Come on in. Motors GMC.
Your station for high school sports play-by-play is 105.5 KD Country.
Second quarter is on from William Campbell High School. It's a 20-8 Altavista Colonel lead. I'm Kyle Hoehne. He's Keaton Brooks. Now, Keaton, our old friend Rick Majerus used to say offense when he was talking about offense. You call it offense or offense? You say potato or potato?
I just call it winning, scoring. I don't know what it's called.
Winning. Charlie Sheen reference there. Nice. Very good. I like how you slipped that in there. More of those to come, I'm sure. Colonel's basketball to start the second quarter. Looks like it's still the 1-3-1 zone defense from William Campbell. Jamar Wilkes up top trying to force the pressure. They throw it down low to Donovan Montague. Montague driving the baseline, lost the basketball. They get it up ahead quickly to Wilkes. Wilkes slides by Malbeck, but he was way out of control. Couldn't get the layup to go. That was, as you said, probably speeding, at least in the school zone anyway. He was over 25 miles an hour there. Or is it only Usain Bolt that can get up to that top speed so quickly?
Usain Bolt's top speed is 27.44 miles per hour.
Okay.
He could not travel. He could not run in this school zone.
Jamar Wilkes was over 20. I can guarantee that. They get it back to Wilkes, top of the key, 5 feet inside the half-court stripe. Knocked away by Juan Thornhill. Good steal by Juan to get a hand in the passing lane there. 20-8, Colonels lead by 12. Bounces it to Malbeck. Michi again for 3. In and out, no good. Good box out that time by the Generals. They cleared out the paint. It's McKenna Neighbors collecting it, and he is fouled by Michi Malbeck as he was running up far sideline. First one on Michi. Second one on the Colonels as a team. It comes with 7:06 left to play in the Select Air second quarter. And, of course, Keaton, you know as well as I do, Donnie and the gang will fix any electrical or mechanical problem, including ACs, heat pumps, plumbing, and more. And they'll be at your house fast, usually in 45 minutes or less. That's Select Air. Jamar Wilkes, pull up 3, steps into it, front of the iron, no good. Malbeck skied up for the rebound, but couldn't control it. Out of bounds off the back wall here in the gymnasium at William Campbell. And the Generals will retain possession. On the court right now for the Colonels, it's their starters, those 5 seniors. The brothers Johnson, Darius and Demetrius, Juan Thornhill, Michi Malbeck, and Donovan Montague. Montague guarding Neighbors momentarily. Now they're going to cycle it down. This is Michael Walker with the basketball for William Campbell. In the hands of Tiberius Ewell, back to Walker. He's guarded by Michi Malbeck. Michi a foot inside the three-point line. Short chest pass to Jamar Wilkes. Now Walker wants to try 3. That's off the back iron, no good. Rebound controlled by Altavista. Malbeck bringing it in the front court, tipped away. Dash for it, now William Campbell has it. Basketball up and good. Tiberius Ewell, 2 points there, gets the Generals on the board first in the second quarter and trims the Altavista lead to 10. Coach Mike Cardellaro visibly displeased with his team's lack of taking care of the basketball on that exchange. Montague fakes a 3 from the left wing. Crossover dribble, looking for some space, finds Thornhill top of the key. 1, 3 dribbles and a drive. Now he'll pass it back out to Michi Malbeck. Thornhill catches now right in front of the William Campbell bench. Back to Michi up top. Left wing, it goes to Montague. Free throw line to Demetrius Johnson. Johnson driving. He is hacked. Shot hit the bottom of the rim and wouldn't go in, but Demetrius Johnson back to the free throw line. Shooting 2 for the Altavista Colonels. Colonels 1 for 1 from the charity stripe so far in this one tonight, Keaton, and the only one converted by this man standing there right now. That's Demetrius Johnson. Small bend at the knee, shot is up, nothing but net. Demetrius coming into the game shooting 66%. You happy with that on the high school level? And I saw Keaton's face. It looks like a no.
I guess that's good. He's a bigger guy.
What are you shooting these days from the charity stripe?
I was at 87% in intramural basketball at UVA, but what was Shaq at? He was a pretty good basketball player.
Just for clarification for the fans, Keaton is nowhere near the size of Shaquille O'Neal, so I feel like the pros outweigh the cons with Shaq. Finally got that one in. Second free throw wouldn't go down, so Demetrius makes 1 of 2. General basketball got knocked out of bounds momentarily. William Campbell will bring it to the front court. This is Michael Walker. Hands off to Neighbors. Here's the handoff play series again. You're going to get a moving screen. This one's on McKenna Neighbors. I believe it's his first. William Campbell's 4th as a team. Or is it their 3rd? You wait and see if the board changes. It is their 4th. I knew I was right. Go with your first instinct. That's my number one rule. Yeah, except when it's hungry. 21-10, Colonel's lead. Thornhill taking his time, bringing the basketball up. Fakes a three from that same spot he made the long one to end the quarter. They get it left-hand post to Darius Johnson. It's batted away. He has to run it down in the corner. Now it gets swung over to Michi Malback, right wing. Looks like the zone has changed for William Campbell, Mr. Brooks. I think it's a 2-3 now. Generals have alternated between the 1-3-1 and the 2-3. Thornhill driving, 16-footer, pull up, won't go down. Rebound recovered by Donovan Montague. Offensive work there, and the shot up goes down. Off the window and in. Donovan Montague, pretty good first half so far. He's got 7. 23-10, Colonel's lead. If you joined us late, senior night here at William Campbell. Altavista has led the entire game so far. Get it to Lockett. Lockett pull-up jumper from 15 along the baseline is good. Patrick Lockett with a nice catch and shoot, Jay. Teams trading baskets here. See if William Campbell could get on some sort of a run to cut into the lead in earnest. We've got 4:31 left to play. Malback, another three-pointer. This one is good.
Wow.
Michi Malback ripping the nylon from the right wing.
Pretty.
Malback has hit 2 of those. 6 points total. Neighbors wants to try a pull-up 3. His is off the back plate, too strong. Rebound controlled by Demetrius Johnson. Skied up nicely to grab it. Thornhill in transition. Leaves it off for Montague. Shot won't go in off the window. And here comes William Campbell with a run out. Colonels didn't get anybody back on defense. Score the basket for Tyrell Staten. And Coach Mike Carlero does not like to see that. He wants to take a timeout. Let's take it with him. 26-14. Altavista on top. Just under 4 to play in the half on 105.5 KD Country.
Does it seem that most stores don't care about good service these days? Well, at English's Building Supply, good service is still the king. They greet me with a smile, help me select the highest quality Glidden paint, provide expert color matching, and even carry my paint to the car. They help me get the job done right and make it last. At English's Building Supply, the customer is still king. English's Hardware and Building Supply, North Main Street, Altavista.
Here's more award-winning high school sports with Kyle and Oscar on 105.5 KD Country.
26-14, Altavista on top by 12. I'm Kyle Hoehne with Agent Enigma Keaton Brooks. Colonels have controlled the basketball game so far, Keaton. I'm going to ask you in a few minutes next time we get a break about what William Campbell could change up to try and get back in it.
You're going to allow me to study for this one?
Yeah, I'm going to give you some time. It's spoiler alert. We'll do some foreshadowing.
I will probably not be able to Google it, but I will think about it.
McClure inside the three-point line left wing. Bounces baseline to Darius Johnson. Now they'll throw it just right of center to Malback. Michi Malback, crossover dribble. Lobs it back to Thornhill. Thornhill to the bucket. He stepped on the baseline. Juan a little surprised with the call. No, they're going to call that a foul. That's a moving screen on Darius Johnson. Okay, that's why Juan was surprised. He was sure he didn't go out of bounds, but the foul is on Darius Johnson. His first, Mr. Brooks.
Kyle, your homework for next game, I'd like to know why Michi Malback does not wear the matching shoes. I think that's interesting.
It is interesting.
I like the black.
And if you joined us late, rest of the Colonels wear gray shoes with gray socks. Michi has the gray socks. He is wearing black and orange shoes. I'll find out from Coach Carlero. I may find out right from the horse's mouth. 5-second call there as the Altavista defense really had trapped Khalil Boyd. Boyd had nowhere to go, and he couldn't break that 6-foot radius there. 5-second rule designed to encourage continuous play. Substitutions now for the Colonels. Demetrius will check in for brother Darius. On the court right now it is Demetrius Johnson, Nelson Dews, Juan Thornhill, Michi Malback, and Josh McClure. That's a good call, though. I'm going to work on that homework assignment. Like you said, I feel like I know the answer, but I'm just guessing. So it would be doing my due diligence as a broadcaster to go ahead and find out what the real reason is.
I remember our high school basketball games in 2003. No one wore matching, and we weren't very good. So maybe that's team chemistry.
Team chemistry, team unity, playing for the same cause. You never know. Could be something behind that. I'm going to ask Coach C that very question. I'll try and catch up with Michi as well. Offensive foul on the Altavista Colonels. This is on number 2, Juan Thornhill. Juan just a little too physical. Colonels really weren't making much headway on that possession. Basketball never got inside the three-point line. It'll be William Campbell ball. 2:25 left to play in the half. 26-14. Handoff play again up top. Now it's Neighbors. He lost it. Backcourt violation. The problem with those handoffs, Keaton, Altavista's forcing William Campbell to do it closer and closer to the half-court line every time. And it ends up burning the Generals that time. And Coach Barksdale wants to take a timeout. Let's take it with them. 2:18 left to play in the Select Air second quarter. It's a 12-point Colonel lead on 105.5 KD Country.
Have you looked at your business banking fees lately? I'm Sean Stone with First National Bank, and we have the best business accounts which offer serious savings for your company. We have a full menu of business products from checking accounts and remote deposit capture to online banking. And we have a local merchant card representative who will customize services just for your business. So let First National Bank prepare an analysis of your current activity and show how we will reduce your banking fees. First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
More live high school sports action on 105.5 KD Country.
Coach Barksdale for the William Campbell Generals, not particularly pleased with the turnover there by his offense. So he calls a timeout, maybe sort some things out. Altavista basketball. Looks like William Campbell's back in the 1-3-1. Colonels have it in the front court, working it around the perimeter. Ball back, right wing, about 10 feet behind the three-point line. Now they got all the way left wing to Dews. Back to Michi. Michi, NBA range three, too strong. Rebound controlled by McKenna Neighbors. Here come the Generals. He's going to bring it up far sideline. Working in the left-hand corner, that's Jamar Wilkes. Top of the key now to Khalil Boyd. Boyd's going to try a three because he didn't have anybody open, so he figured pull the trigger. No good. Long rebound controlled by Demetrius Johnson, about 5 feet from the hoop. Wasn't that long of a rebound. It's a high rebound, maybe would have been more accurate. Johnson has it left corner. Nelson Dews wants to try a three, and that's good. Nelly hitting from the left wing, and that gives the Colonels a 29-14 lead. Colonels have hit 4 long balls tonight, Keaton, and that's probably more than they have lately anyway. I'll dig back into the stat sheet to find out an official word on that. Wilkes throws it down low. That's Khalil Boyd. Got some body contact and got it to go in. Boyd's going to go to the free throw line and shoot a pair for the Generals. Colonels on the year for the long ball, Keaton, shooting 28%. It's mainly been Malbeck and Dews that have done most of the damage from deep. Nelson Dews has hit 26 three-pointers coming into the game, so that was his 27th. Michi Malbeck has hit 26 coming into the game, so he's hit numbers 27 and 28. Those are your two deep threats for the Colonels mainly, but as we've seen, Thornhill spotted up from three once tonight to end the first quarter, and Montague started the game with a three-pointer. It's a dangerous team inside and out.
Yeah, one thing to point out, they're 4 of 5 from three, and everyone has been open.
That's a great point. They have had some open looks. It's not like these are hand-in-the-face three-point shots here. They're selective about them. Malbeck thought about another one from the top of the key. Now he's not going to think about it. He's going to do it. This one's back iron, no good. Long rebound caught by Thornhill at the free throw line. Finds Dews streaking to the basket. Great find there by Juan Thornhill and a nice finish from Nelson Dews. Dews has got 5 in just the last 30 seconds here. 31-17, Colonels lead. Under 30 to play. Three-pointer up from the Generals. No good. Rebound collected by Demetrius Johnson. Thornhill. Long strides in the middle of the lane. Shot won't go down from 10 feet. Up ahead. Generals get it going quickly. That's Staten. Staten's shot won't go. Follow won't go. Boyd trying a third time. Up and under layup will finally go down. Khalil Boyd. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Colonels have 4 seconds. Malbeck still in the backcourt. He might get it to half court. Does step in front of half court. Three-pointer up and off the mark. And we have reached halftime. Colonels, it was a good first half, but maybe not a perfect one. 31-19. They lead. Subway halftime show, on the way when you come back to 105.5 KD Country.
It's cold in here. Will your heating system keep you warm this winter, or will you spend a cold evening shivering under the covers? Have your heating system inspected today by Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling. Kent Tyree has over 20 years experience and specializes in heating, air, plumbing, and electrical. Licensed and bonded. Call for an appointment today. 309-2266. 309-2266. Tyree Littles Heating and Cooling.
We've returned to Bug Motors, and we're talking with one of the owners, Joe Andrews.
Thanks, Dave. We are super excited about the growth that continues to take place here. Just last week, we announced the opening of the Bug Motor Service Center located in the old Marita Bread Building at 12336 Wards Road. Right now, we have free diagnostic checks up to a half hour, alignments starting as low as $39.95, and oil changes as low as $19.95. We service all makes and models, so remember, you can get your car serviced anywhere, but you can only get us here at Bug Motors. Visit bugmotors.com for more information.
Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving family since 1905. Personal, memorable memorial moments, celebrating life and more. Pre-arrangements with confidence, trust and care from our family to yours. Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving family since 1905.
Back to the press box for high school sports on 105.5 KD Country.
Colonels sport the 31-19 lead here as the Subway halftime show begins. Hoping to get some updates from my good Subway friend Robert Duff about the Lady Colonels and Lady Generals game going on right now at Altavista High School. Big shout out to another Cavalier fan, my buddy Ryan Hansen, who is having a good time out there in Radio Land, tuning in to me and Keaton. Hansen is an all-around athlete himself and pretty good from behind the arc. Colonels have been good from behind the three-point arc. They've made 4 of them tonight. Malback has 2. Thornhill has 1. That came at the buzzer to end the first quarter. And Donovan Montague has 1. Colonels do have the 31-19 lead, but we should say it was a better second quarter for William Campbell. It was actually a tied quarter, 11-11, both teams scoring the same amount in that second quarter. So that will make my color analyst, Keaton Brooks, as soon as he gets back up here, taking a quick time out himself. That'll make him have to work, and we'll talk about what exactly happened there in the second quarter and what the Generals did do better to get back in it. It's a 31-19, 12-point Colonel lead. Subway halftime show continues right after this on 105.5 KD Country.
Unfortunately, I have some bad news.
How bad is it, Doctor?
We've done all we can. Your heat pump's not gonna make it.
Oh, no.
Honey, it's going to be okay. We'll call Select Air Mechanical and Electrical, 332-2600. With over 60 years experience, they'll have us comfortable again in no time.
I recommend Select Air to all my patients. Call 332-2600 or visit selectairmechanical.com. They can handle all your home comfort needs, and they're an authorized train dealer. It's hard to stop a train.
In the market for a new Chevrolet? Fellers Chevrolet.
FellersDirect.com.
For a huge selection of new Chevrolets and pre-owned vehicles, it's Fellers Chevrolet.
FellersDirect.com.
FellersDirect.com. Selection. Convenience. Fellers Chevrolet.
Fellers Chevrolet.
Always open and only a click away.
FellersDirect.com.
A short travel save you money. Fellers Chevrolet.
In Altavista.
English Construction Company has been in the building business since 1909, so it's only natural that they appreciate the building process. They recognize the fact that organized sports programs build character as well as bodies and minds. They know that high school sports build our youth into more well-rounded and more productive adults. English Construction Company is proud to be a sponsor of high school sports and salute all athletes, coaches, and teachers. A word of praise and encouragement from English Construction Company with offices in Lynchburg.
Your high school sports station with award-winning coverage on 105.5 KD Country.
31-19, the Altavista Colonels on top at halftime. It is the Subway halftime show. 2 great locations in Altavista to eat fresh, Main Street, and then also in the Walmart on the Clarion Road. And I know a big Colonel basketball fan and a big Subway fan. We just call him Coach Ronnie Keaton. Ronnie is like a super fan. You know, he's always there on the front row cheering the Colonels on. He's a very big basketball fan, too. He's a UVA fan like yourself. A little bit of sadness in his life today as his mother passed away, and I know Ronnie a little down, and I'm sure a good Colonel basketball game and a good basketball game in general would cheer him up. So our hearts go out to our good friend Ronnie, and anybody else out there in the world that might be a little down. I'll tell you, Keaton, life is short. And you got to enjoy these basketball games, these moments like this, and really every day, you know, not just basketball. But I said that because we're here watching a basketball game right now.
This has been very enjoyable so far. I've not been to a high school basketball game in a decade. I want to do it more.
I think you should do it more. I mean, there's some great action out there on the hardwood. I would argue that maybe we haven't seen the A games from either of these two ball clubs. Colonels have had some miscues, I think, that you and I talked about during the break, have probably let William Campbell back in the game. But you can't fault anything the Generals have done either. I thought the Generals worked hard on the offensive end to get some more offensive rebounds. They got the ball inside more. It seemed like in the first quarter they were settling for the outside shots a bit more.
Yeah,
now I think Brandon Barksdale's club trying to work it in, get a closer proximity to the rim, and obviously your percentage for scoring is going to go up when you do that.
Yeah, and also on defense, they have not allowed as many offensive rebounds for Altavista. And that's definitely helped. No easy putbacks, no layups.
I do have a update from the Lady Colonels and Lady Generals game in Altavista. It's Altavista on top 13-5. They're in the second quarter there. We'll try and keep getting you some updates because, again, that game is important. It's important to our airwaves as well because the Lady Colonels playoff games will be on 105.5, and they start next week just like the guys do. If they win tonight, that's the Lady Colonels, that is. If they win tonight, they'll have a bye Monday, and they won't play until Wednesday. Colonels Guys Club, I'll set the schedule for them for you. They won't play until Thursday. They've got to bye into the Conference 44 semifinals. Semifinals Thursday, finals Friday. Both of those games would be at Altavista. If they win Thursday, it'll be at Altavista Saturday. It's Thursday, Saturday for the guys, Monday, Wednesday, Friday for the girls, and perhaps just Wednesday and Friday. Did I say wrong?
Yeah, you said it wrong the first time. Okay. You may want to clarify.
I think I will clarify just because I hate being wrong. Guys, Thursday at home at Altavista against an opponent to be determined. If they win that one, Saturday's championship game, conference championship game, will be Saturday at Altavista. Times to be determined, but I have a feeling they'll tip around 7. That's what they normally do in the playoffs. Stay tuned to KD Country and the KD Country Facebook page. We'll get you all the updates. Girls' side, if they win tonight, they'll have a bye and they won't play until Wednesday. If they lose tonight, they will host a game Monday. Wednesday, I believe that's still to be determined about where they would play. Some of that might depend on who's left as far as high seeds go. Again, stay tuned to KD Country, 105.5 or at kdcountry.com. We'll get you the schedule. We'll get you the details. Subway halftime show is done. Let's take one more quick timeout, and we're back at the third quarter. Colonels on top, 31-19 over William Campbell on 105.5 KD Country.
No one knows trucks like we know trucks. Come see us and you'll agree. From small to tall, we've got it all. Highview Motors, GMC. Come on in. Bring the family, see your friends. So Highview Motors, GMC. From small to tall, we've got it all. Highview Motors, GMC.
My friends call me the perfectionist. But English's Building Supply, my neighborhood Glidden paint dealer, they greet me by name. You see, I like to get things exactly right, especially when it comes to my painting projects. So I'm at English's Building Supply a lot, whether it's mixing the perfect Glidden paint for my project or offering great incentives. They do business just the way I like it, perfectly. English's on North Main Street, Altavista.
If you're like me, life changes, and that brings up financial questions. I'm Vivian Brown of First National Bank, and we're excited to offer a new Financial Answer Center that will help you better understand your own needs. It covers various financial topics, offers free quick guide, and if needed, access to a First National Bank employee. So go to our website at 1stnatbk.com and take a look at the new Financial Answer Center. It's a smart resource that could help you bring home more bacon. First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Now back to the action with Colonel Sports on 105.5 KD Country.
Colonels get the basketball to start the third quarter. Get it in quickly to Demetrius Johnson, and Johnson is fouled. He'll go to the free throw line and shoot two. Some halftime scoring numbers. Keaton, for William Campbell. It was Tiberius Ewell with 2, Tyrell Staten with 2. Khalil Boyd led them with 9. Patrick Lockett had 4. Hakeem Gilliam had 2. Generals were 3 for 3 from the charity stripe. Altavista on the other side, Darius had 4. Demetrius had 4. Donovan Montague led them with 7. Michi Malbeck had 6. Juan Thornhill had 5. Demetrius knocks down 1 of 2 there. He was the only one that shot free throws for Altavista in the first half. He was 2 of 3. That makes him 3 for 5 now after the sinking the back end of those free throw tries. 32-19, Altavista on top. William Campbell basketball. They're looking for Khalil Boyd down low. Lost it momentarily. He's got it back to Wilkes. Wilkes over to Michael Walker. That won't go in. Walker got a second chance. Now it's Wilkes, and he is fouled, and Jamar Wilkes heading to the free throw line. Shot wouldn't fall. He'll shoot a pair for the home team. William Campbell. They're moving left to right from our perspective this half. We are up here in the press box at William Campbell. Keaton was disappointed. He wanted to be courtside. He wanted to play that catch a kernel game where they come over there on the loose ball and come crashing into the table.
It's a lot quieter than it was earlier. Earlier it was the night after WrestleMania crowd.
It was.
Now it's solitude.
It was interesting up here earlier. I was having a good time. I didn't know this press box could hold that many people there at one point.
Pretty sure that was against the fire marshal's code.
You would know about that stuff, wouldn't you? Both of them go down for Jamar Wilkes. 2 of 2 there. William Campbell still perfect from the free throw line. 32-21. Malbeck steps into another 3. This one too strong. Darius there. Nice rebound from the left side. That won't go. Montague from the right side will, though. Donovan Montague, a force on the inside there. The 6'5" man puts it up and in. And there's a 3-ball up and in from Patrick Lockett. Patrick Lockett, left wing. 34-24. Colonel lead is trimmed to 10. Altavista led by 12, it seemed like the entire second quarter, Keaton. Now that leads down to 10.
Is there a reason why they changed their defense up and started full court press? Does Altavista do that?
Yeah, Altavista goes with the full court man-to-man from time to time. Sometimes they'll just back off and pick you up in the half-court set. But I think maybe Coach Cardellaro trying to get some more energy out of his guys, let them be a little more active on the defensive end. But it's a great question by you and a great thing to point out as well.
I maybe should have researched that. I did not.
Thornhill driving, cut off the edge of the baseline. Tries a spin move, but nothing there, so he'll give it up. Demetrius has it just left of center, three-point line. Now it's over right wing to Malbeck. Malbeck, cross-court pass, left wing to Thornhill. Back to Michi Malbeck. Michi lost it. Turnover there. William Campbell going the other way. Michael Walker, left side. Blocked away by Thornhill. Saved inbounds. No, it's not saved inbounds by Jamar Wilkes. Wilkes was standing on the baseline when he caught it. So Colonels avoid disaster there. They turned it over. William Campbell couldn't get any points out of it. But I think you can see from Coach Carlero's body language, Keaton, that he's not particularly happy with some of these sloppy plays his team is making.
Yeah, I agree. He does not look happy up by 10. He wants to be up by more.
That's exactly right. 34-24. 5:35 left to play in the Select Air third quarter. Colonels on top.
I do like his outfit, though. He looks stylish with the turtleneck.
Oh, yeah, good story behind that outfit.
Is there?
Absolutely. Thornhill pulls up from 15 feet and knocks it down. Juan Thornhill with the soft touch. Yeah, we'll get to the black turtleneck in just a second.
Does it have to do with Steve Jobs at all?
It doesn't have anything to do with Steve Jobs. Michael Walker, spin move in the lane. Two-pointer good from 5 feet away on the right side. Generals trading baskets. Montague skies up for the jump shot. Too strong, got his own rebound. Reverse lay-in won't fall. Now this rebound controlled by William Campbell. This is Khalil Boyd. Khalil Boyd's going to slow it down. Over to Lockett. Lockett for 3. Too strong, front of the iron. Nice clear out there. Colonels had 5 guys around the hoop. William Campbell only 1. Thornhill, spin move at the free throw line. Pull-up jumper from 10 feet won't rattle home. This rebound is loose. It's McKenna Neighbors controlling. 36-26, still a 10-point lead for Altavista. Generals have it along the baseline. This is Walker. Basketball tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with William Campbell. Yeah, next free throw try. I'm going to tell you about the black turtleneck from Coach Carlero. He talked about it on the Subway pregame show earlier this season, and you would be shocked to know, Keaton, that outfit has been the exact same for almost 20 years or more now. Yes, wow. It's true. Shot up by Khalil Boyd. Tough angle there. He tried to float it over some defenders. Wouldn't go down. Colonels with the rebound. Altavista on the attack in the front court. Montague catches between the circles. They psych it all the way down left quarter to Josh McClure. McClure's shot won't go. Second chance won't go. Josh McClure fouled. He is headed to the free throw line. Yeah, so the story goes, and diehard Colonel fans heard this story earlier in the year, but it's worth telling again. Coach Cardellaro was at a previous school, and they had a long road trip on a Saturday afternoon type of game, a noon start time. They had played a game on Friday. Coach Cardellaro told his wife, Lee, he said, I really don't want to wear a suit and tie. When we just had a game, he said, they got beat the night before. Obviously, he was a little sour taste in his mouth. He says, I really don't want to wear a black turtleneck. And Mrs. Cardellaro said, he said, I don't want to wear a suit and tie. And Mrs. Cardellaro said, well, just wear a black turtleneck. That would look good. Wear some dress pants. He had a black turtleneck. And the rest is history. They actually did not go on to win the game. I asked him, I said, you guys must have won that game by 30, and you're superstitious. You don't want to change it, right? He's like, no, we actually got beat by 25 or 30, but I just loved it. He said, I felt so free. I felt more comfortable. I felt more confident. And, yeah, it has not changed in about 20-plus years. Now, let me point out, he has more than one black turtleneck. It's not the same one every night. And with 3 games in a row like the Colonels have now, you'd have to have some different outfits to go to. Timeout on the floor. A little bit of sloppy play. Colonels couldn't knock down the free throws. Coach Brandon Barksdale wants to take a timeout. We'll take it with him. 30-second variety for us. Altavista up 11 halfway through the third quarter on 105.5 KD Country.
It's cold in here. Will your heating system keep you warm this winter, or will you spend a cold evening shivering under the covers? Have your heating system inspected today by Tyree Littles Heating and Cooling. Kent Tyree has over 20 years experience and specializes in heating, air, plumbing, and electrical. Licensed and bonded. Call for an appointment today. 309-2266. 309-2266. Tyree Littles Heating and Cooling.
Your home for Colonel sports coverage. 105.5 KD Country.
37-26. 4 minutes have gone by in the Select Air third quarter. That means we've got 4 minutes left to play in the Select Air third quarter. Call 332-2600. That's 332-2600. Select Air, Mechanical, and Electrical. William Campbell basketball after the ball out of bounds and then the timeout. Patrick Lockett working on Josh McClure. Going to try a step-back jumper. No good. Thornhill there to collect the rebound on the right block. Juan's going to bring it up. Middle of the court quickly. Now he slows down. Two-handed pass to the baseline to Donovan Montague. Montague will chest pass it back out. Left wing. Nelson Dews now in the left corner for 3. No good. Montague on the rebound. Turns around, getting hammered. Shot got blocked. He's got it back, though. Montague looking to give the basketball up. I think he needs a bit of a breather. Thornhill catches at the half-court stripe. Now it's McClure, baseline. Tries a leaner. He's fouled. Shot never really got out of his hands. And Josh McClure headed back to the free throw stripe. 37-26. Altavista on top by 11. I semi-butchered the story about Coach Cardellero's outfit. And maybe we should complete it. It's always a black turtleneck with dark gray pants, black shoes for Coach C. Same thing with the turtleneck. He's got more than one set of gray pants that he wears. Free throw good for Josh McClure. That gives the Colonels a 12-point cushion again. It's worth repeating. It was a 12-point lead for most of the second quarter. Altavista went into halftime with a 12-point lead. They led at the end of the first by 12 points. McClure can make it 13 here. Second free throw on the way. No good. It'll stay at 12. Rebound controlled by Tyrell Staten. Staten and Lockett were very good football players for the Generals, Keaton. And Patrick Lockett able to do everything out there on the gridiron for William Campbell. Offense, defense, ran, passed. I think he even kicked a bit. Hands it off to Michael Walker now. Walker looking for the handoff play. He finds Jamar Wilkes. Wilkes will hand it off to Lockett now. This is that handoff series that William Campbell runs out at the top of the key in between the circles. Montague double teamed momentarily on Boyd. Boyd's now to the inside, slipped by the defenders. 2 points there for Khalil Boyd. Gives him 11 on the evening. First time he scored this half. 38-28. Colonel lead back down to 10. 2.5 left to play in the third quarter. Chancellor Mormon in the ball game now for the Altavista Colonels. It's Mormon, Thornhill, Dews, McClure, and Montague. Another rare time, Keaton, that neither one of the brothers Johnson is on the court right now. That hasn't happened very often in the last 4 years for Altavista. There's usually one of them out there all the time, and most of the time, too. 15-footer from the left elbow won't fall for Thornhill, and William Campbell's got the basketball back on offense in the front court. This is Jamar Wilkes. A couple right-hand dribbles. Wants to pull up for three. Too strong. Oh, rebounded by Staten. Staten puts it up. That's blocked by Dews. Chancellor Mormon recovers the loose ball. Both brothers Johnson are set to come back in at the next dead ball, though. Michi Malback will join him. 3 Colonels waiting at the scorer's table. Nelson Dews catches left wing. Looks inside the defense, looking for a gap, somewhere to go. Gets it back to Mormon. Mormon and Dews playing pitch and catch. Now right wing over to Thornhill. Back to Dews. Nelson Dews, pull up 3. Side of the iron, no good. Got his own rebound, though. Good hustle by Nelson Dews to track down the long rebound about 17 feet away from the hoop. Mormon catches close to the left sideline. Colonels going right to left from our perspective this half. They lead by 10. 1:20 left to play in the Select Air third quarter. Thornhill, one-hand pass to Dews. Back to Juan Thornhill for Altavista. Now it's Mormon. Chest pass back to Thornhill. Juan's going to back it out near half court. Kind of puts his head down, shrugs his shoulders a little bit. You can tell he's not particularly pleased with what's happening right now, even though the Colonels have a 10-point lead. Thornhill's got it back. Right wing, gave it up momentarily. Now back to Montague, middle of the court. It's McClure running the baseline. They find him. Low post. McClure shot up and falls down. Good soft touch from Josh McClure and a good pass from Donovan Montague to get it to him. McClure's got 4 this quarter. This is Wilkes. Chest pass. Cross court. It goes to Boyd. Boyd slashing through the lane, and that will fall. Khalil Boyd. A team-high 13 for William Campbell. Down to 30 seconds in the quarter. Altavista's lead at 10 again, 40-30. You can see Brandon Barksdale in the suit and tie over here to our right, Keaton, for William Campbell. He is coaching hard.
Both coaches are into this. This is a much closer game than last time.
Absolutely, 76-22. Coach Cardellaro talked about it. Colonels had so much emotional energy and momentum because of Thornhill and Darius Johnson going for 1,000 points. Juan down to 3 seconds. Looks at the clock. Pulls up. Jump shot won't go in. Montague with the tip in at the buzzer. Does it count? Yes, it does. The referees will count it. Montague right there on the missed shot. Sticks it in with the right hand, and the Colonels will go into the fourth quarter. Wow. Scoreboard hasn't changed. One referee. There's the scoreboard now. 42-30. Altavista up 12 again. One more quarter of regulation to play from William Campbell on 105.5 KD Country.
We've returned to Bug Motors, and we're talking with one of the owners, Joe Andrews.
Thanks, Dave. We are super excited about the growth that continues to take place here. Just last week, we announced the opening of the Bug Motor Service Center located in the old Marita Bread Building at 12336 Wards Road. Right now, we have free diagnostic checks up to a half hour, alignments starting as low as $39.95, and oil changes as low as $19.95. We service all makes and models, so remember, you can get your car serviced anywhere, but you can only get us here at Bug Motors. Visit bugmotors.com for more information.
Your station for high school sports play-by-play is 105.5 KD Country.
42-30, Altavista on top. They lead by 12. I'm Kyle Hoehne. He's Keaton Brooks. That number 12 is what Altavista has led by at the end of every quarter so far, Keaton.
Interesting stat, Kyle.
It is 20-8 at the end of the first. I'd say 20 is a pretty high-scoring output. But the Colonels' output has slowed. And the second and third quarters, interestingly enough, were both 11-11, both times. Both teams scoring 11. I know that number 11-11, very important to you. That's an inside joke. We won't even go there. Malback catches the three-point line. Probably is. McClure now left wing. Pull-up jumper from 12. Won't fall down. Rebound loose. Controlled by Darius Johnson. Couple dribbles. Power move to the hoop. Had it stripped away. Staten going to throw it off of McClure out of bounds to save it. Nice heady play there. Staten was leaning out of bounds, and he really couldn't get it to a teammate, so he just bounced it off of McClure's knee. Smart play. Generals down 12. 7.5 left to play in the Select Air fourth quarter. Big shout-out to our sound engineer, Eleanor Hoehne, back at home base. She makes it sound good. Three-pointer up. William Campbell, left wing. No good. That was Tiberius Ewell. Basketball loose and out of bounds now. It's going to stay with William Campbell. Think you got a foul. You do. You have a foul on number 30, Josh McClure, for the Altavista Colonels. Third game in 3 days for Altavista. And maybe you can start seeing it affect the legs a little bit for the Colonels, Keith.
Yeah, it looks like they're ready for the weekend, Kyle.
Weekend should be fun. Make sure you keep your radio tuned to 105.5. Fadeaway jumper from, that was Patrick Lockett. That won't go down. And there you get a foul on number 11. I'm wrong here. Let's see who this foul is on. It's on William Campbell. It was an over the back, trying to get the rebound back. It was on number 15, Tyrell Staten, his first. Fourth on the home team. Colonels have 3 team fouls. Neither team really in any sort of major foul trouble. Malback catches in between right sideline and right wing. Now back over to left wing to Nelson Dews. Dews about 3 feet off the line. Now he'll get it to Thornhill between the circles. Zone defense again for William Campbell. They've been in the zone defense all night, just a different kind. Dews, 3-ball, no good. Long rebound controlled by Jamar Wilkes. He'll bring it up the far sideline. Generals working left to right from our perspective this half. Hands it off to Khalil Boyd. Boyd looking for some space. He finds Tiberius Ewell. Ewell now back to Wilkes. Wilkes will set up the offense. Right-hand dribble. Floater on the way from 15 feet. Won't fall. Nelson Dews with the rebound. Bounces it up ahead to Malback. Malback hits the floor in a scramble. That's because he was tripped from behind. Let's see who the foul is on. It appears to be on number 15 again. That is Tyrell Staten. Second one in just a matter of moments. 6:20 left to play in the ball game in regulation. Colonel's up 12. What do you think, Mr. Brooks? What's Altavista need to do here to hold on to the lead?
Just continue to dominate down low on the offensive boards, and I think they could come home with the W.
Colonels have been great on the glass all night. William Campbell has gotten some offensive rebounds in some spots, but for the most part, it's been the Colonels controlling. William Campbell, 2-3 zone, not extending past the three-point line, so Thornhill's just going to stand inside the midcourt circle. Let's see if Brandon Barksdale wants his team to come out and guard him. He's telling them to stay put. Now they'll match up man-to-man. Thornhill pulls up 12 feet. Oh, nice over-the-shoulder pass to Darius Johnson, and there's the finish from the left side. Darius Johnson, good catch and deposit for another deuce for the Altavista Colonels. They lead by 14. First time we've said that in a while. Kickball out of bounds. William Campbell retained possession and hit Demetrius Johnson's leg on the right side of the paint, about 10 feet away from the hoop. Generals will inbound along the baseline underneath their own scoring bucket, left side. They lob it in to Tyrell Staten. Staten over to Michael Walker. Now it's Boyd. Boyd, jump shot. Good. Khalil Boyd from 18 feet, just a step inside the three-point line.
And the lead is back to how many, Kyle?
12. That, if you only knew one number, that would be the number to know in this ball game. They throw it middle of the paint to Darius Johnson, but he's fouled on the catch. This one going against Tyrell Staten again. That's 3 in this quarter for Staten. Khalil Boyd had 9 in the first half, Keaton. He's got 6 here, grand total of 15. Colonels to inbound after the foul. Thornhill was looking for the alley-oop jam again, and now 3 Generals just hug Juan Thornhill, and you're going to get a technical foul. They wrapped him up pretty tightly. I was thinking maybe an intentional foul, but the technical foul, I have to admit, surprises me just a little bit. The foul is on Jamar Wilkes, and I believe it's going to be 2 fouls on Wilkes. I think they got him for the first one, and then they got him for just not letting Thornhill go. Let's see if Juan will have to shoot the 1-and-1. That's the 7th foul on William Campbell. So it'll be a 1-and-1, and then Coach Mike Cardellaro will get to choose who he wants to shoot. I have a feeling he's going to send, Nelson Dews and Michi Malback both on the court. They're both very good from the free throw line. But when you look at the numbers, Keaton, Darius Johnson is leading this team both in free throws and free throw percentage. He's shooting 73% from the line. He will send Michi Malback there. Juan Thornhill missed the first. Michi is going to have 2 technical fouls. Malback, right-handed shooter, first one up. It's good. Michi sporting the black shoes. Rolls the waistband on his shorts to show the white there. Malback is 5'7", 5'8". He's a spark plug. If you've never seen him play, he's a lot of fun to watch. He's crafty. He knows how to attack defenses, and he can really shoot. Makes both free throws there. 46-32. Altavista up 14. 5:16 left to play in the regulation portion of our ball game. It's the Select Air fourth quarter. And remember, Select Air for repairs and new installations too. Select Air does it all with prompt and courteous service. Colonels get it into the backcourt. I asked you what Altavista has to do, Keaton. Next time we get a chance, I'm going to ask you what William Campbell has to do if they want to get back in the game. Johnson catches middle of the lane. They're going to get him with the clear out. He hooked the he hooked the left arm around Tyrell Staten. The official was right there on it. And the foul will be the second one on Darius Johnson. 4th team foul on the Altavista Colonels. Darius is a physical player down low. That time he used the arm a little bit too much to his advantage on the offensive side. Malback guarding the basketball. That's Khalil Boyd with it. Now it's Neighbors. Boyd backdoor cut. He's held by Michi Malback. Foul there. This is going to send. It's on an on-the-floor foul. Pardon me. So the Generals will inbound on the sideline, right in front of their bench. 4:51 left to play in the fourth. 46-32. It's Michi Malback's first personal foul. It's actually the Colonels' 5th as a team. They inbound it to Neighbors. Neighbors finds Jamar Wilkes near half court. Wilkes, couple dribbles, nowhere to go. Gets it to Khalil Boyd. Now it's Patrick Lockett, left wing, just left of center. Guarded by Darius Johnson. Lockett, hands off along the three-point line to Boyd. Boyd now just right of center. Stop, double team momentarily. Finds Wilkes. Wilkes, spot up three. Too strong. Nice rebound by Donovan Montague in the left post for the Colonels. Montague's going to bring it up himself with a right-hand dribble. Donovan looking for somewhere to go. Finds a cutting Michi Malback. Malback will bring it back out near far sideline. Bounce pass inside to Demetrius Johnson, and Demetrius scoring the basket. Demetrius hadn't scored in a while. And it's a 48-32 lead for Altavista, up to 16 now. Still feels closer than that, doesn't it, Mr. Brooks?
Yeah, it does, but I'm kind of feeling the crowd's getting out of it. They're going to need to attack the basket and quick.
Jump shot, no good. Shot up by Boyd. Had a man draped around his arm, no whistle. He fought through it and got the bucket to go. Khalil Boyd, nice-looking play there. He's got 17 on the night. 48-34. Darius Johnson catches free throw line, couple steps in, and that'll fall down. We'll call that a 13-footer. Good from the paint. Darius Johnson on the jumper. Colonels get it up quickly. Neighbors shot fakes the three. Now he'll pull up. Swatted away by Darius Johnson. Here comes brother Demetrius on the fast break. Long strides to the hoop. He is fouled. They're going to call that an intentional foul. And Demetrius Johnson's going to head to the free throw line. Foul is on number 11 again, Jamar Wilkes. And got a feel for Wilkes a little bit. I think he was just trying to block the shot, and the officials felt like it was intentional, like he wasn't making a play on the basketball. I don't know. What's your take, Mr. Brooks?
It was not a good matchup for him, and he was going for the ball. It just may not look that way.
Yeah. I think he was going for the ball. I mean, he ended up really just folding the arms of Demetrius Johnson. First free throw goes in for Demetrius Johnson. So this is 2 shots for the Colonels and the basketball. We had a bit of a strange technical foul early in this quarter. Demetrius cans both. Demetrius on the night, 5 for 7 from the free throw line. Demetrius has 9 on the evening total. 52-34. Altavista, 18-point cushion now. Feels like moments ago it was 10 points.
Several people leaving the arena already, Kyle.
I don't know if I'd leave just yet, but I guess mathematically with an 18-point lead and there's 3:05 left to play, it's going to be tough for William Campbell. Generals do have a steal. Boyd bringing it up, left side of the paint. Circus layup will go down. Khalil Boyd had his back to the bucket when he threw that one up there. It hit off the window and went in.
I reverse jinxed him there.
Apparently you did. Free throw attempt coming up, too, after the foul. Khalil Boyd, a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play. Boyd has 19. Putting on a nice performance tonight. Scored from some different areas. He's very good at finishing inside. And he's got a chance to knock one in from the free throw line. By the way, he hasn't missed from the free throw line. He's 3 of 3 from the charity stripe. 52-36. Altavista on top. Maybe a little less than comfortable, though. Free throw does go in for Khalil Boyd. Got 20 on the evening. Timeout on the court. Let's take it, too. Altavista had the big lead. Starting to get trimmed again. Last 3 minutes, this ball game should be pretty good. Don't you go changing. It's on 105.5 KD Country.
A short drive will save you money. In the market for a new Chevrolet? Fellers Chevrolet.
FellersDirect.com.
For a huge selection of new Chevrolets and pre-owned vehicles, it's Fellers Chevrolet.
FellersDirect.com.
FellersDirect.com. Selection. Convenience. Fellers Chevrolet.
Fellers Chevrolet.
Always open and only a click away.
FellersDirect.com.
A short drive will save you money. Fellers Chevrolet.
In Alta Vista.
Here's more award-winning high school sports with Kyle and Oscar on 105.5 KD Country.
Colonel leading William Campbell on a senior night here in Naruna, 52-37. A Friday the 13th night, Mr. Brooks. So you're going to go home and watch some scary movies and all that stuff here on Friday the 13th?
No, I may just watch Wolf of Wall Street. It's on Netflix now. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah,
Have you seen it?
It's got a wolf in it, so maybe that qualifies on Friday the 13th. Full court pressure coming from William Campbell. Thornhill has it. Still got to break the timeline. Colonels have used up about 5 or 6 seconds of the 10-second count. Now he crosses the mid-court stripe. 52-37. Looks like man-to-man defense now from William Campbell. Johnson inside. That's Darius Johnson with the right hand finish just in front of the hoop. Caught it around 10 feet away, middle of the lane. Made a nice dribble move and got to the basket quickly. 54-37. Colonels on top and in charge. 2.5 left to play in the Select Air fourth quarter. Subway post-game show should be good. Keaton and I might discuss our favorite films, and we'll give you a chance to win with Subway. You can win a foot-long meal deal as long as you're liking KD Country's Facebook page. Circus layup with the left hand won't go down for Khalil Boyd. The way he finished that other one, though, I wasn't so sure he wasn't going to make that one. Got off balance and threw it up with the left hand. Demetrius Johnson to the hoop along the baseline underneath the backboard, but he's fouled. And Demetrius Johnson will head to the free throw stripe. 2:05 left to play in the Select Air fourth quarter. Demetrius Johnson, 2 shots coming up for him and the Altavista Colonels. Colonels were 5 of 9 from the free throw line coming into the fourth, Keaton. I'll have to total up the numbers for the Subway post-game show. That one no good. Altavista's in the double bonus. William Campbell's committed over 10 fouls. Colonels have committed 6 fouls, so the next one against them, William Campbell will be shooting a 1-and-1. Second one goes down for Demetrius. Makes the back end. 55-37. Altavista on top. They led by 12 after the first quarter, led by 12 after the second quarter, led by 12 after the third quarter. That's not a typo. I didn't misspeak. It was a 12-point lead for Altavista pretty much this entire game. A little bigger now. McKenna Neighbors, pull-up jumper, left wing, 17 feet, won't go down. Rebounded by Thornhill on the right edge of the paint. Juan guarded by Jamar Wilkes. He'll get by him with the crossover. Juan to the hoop. Was looking for McClure, but the pass was too high, and it ends up in the 7th row. Up there next to some balloons for, I believe, one of the seniors on senior night. What do they do on your senior night? They retire your number and give you a plaque on the wall and that kind of stuff?
For baseball? No. I did get to shake Jim Thacker's hand. My parents were there. Cousins, aunts, uncles. Very good night.
But it was kind of the usual senior night thing.
Yes.
I thought they might do
special.
something. I thought they might do something special for you.
We did go to Olive Garden afterwards.
Not bad. You would have been better off if you went to Subway. Subways of Altavista, even one more point in your favor. McKenna Neighbors dribbles, passing play over to Khalil Boyd. His shot won't go down from the right wing. Some new faces in for the Altavista Colonels. We'll identify him here in a second. This is McKenna Neighbors. Pull up 2 will go down. It was a long 2. First points of the ball game for McKenna Neighbors. Trims the Altavista lead just a bit. It's down to 16. 55-39. Thornhill looking for somewhere to inbound it to. He can run the baseline. Foul on William Campbell as Patrick Lockett grabbed a hold of Lawrence Galliard as Galliard was making a move to get free so Juan could pass him the ball. On the court right now for the Colonels, Lawrence Galliard, Nelson Dews, Jordan Witcher, Juan Thornhill, and Chancellor Mormon. Looking for another update from the Altavista girls game. I'll see what we can find out. Lawrence Galliard will toe the free throw stripe for Altavista. On the court right now for the Generals, McKenna Neighbors, Patrick Lockett, Khalil Boyd. Oh, boy, I'm doing it again. Michael Walker and Jamar Wilkes. Now you get some changes. Big Hakeem Gilliam back in the ball game, and number 4, Michael Irby back in the game for the home team. First free throw would not fall for Lawrence Galliard. Second one on the way. Double bonus situation. Right-handed high arcing shot won't fall down. Hakeem Gilliam on the rebound for William Campbell. Generals will bring it into the front court. This is Walker. 3-ball on the way from Wilkes. No good. Nice skying rebound there by Lawrence Galliard to show some hops and get up and grab that ball off the rim. McClure, chest pass to Nelson Dews. Colonels are running the motion offense, trying to kill some clock, spread the court, take the air out of the ball a bit. That's not a deflate gate reference, Keaton. Don't worry. McClure driving, left edge of the paint, swatted away, and another technical foul.
Wow.
This is on Jamar Wilkes again. That's his second. His night is done a little early. We've got 30.2 seconds left to play in the ball game. He blocked the shot of Josh McClure. He sort of yelled out. I don't think he was yelling in McClure's direction. I think he was just happy with himself for making a nice defensive play. But the officials certainly took exception to it. And Jamar Wilkes, 2 technical fouls. I have not seen that one in a while.
Is he ejected from the game now, Kyle? Or
well, he's sitting
still
on the bench. Yeah, that's an interesting question and a valid question, too. We've got 30 seconds left. Nelson Dews will shoot the technical fouls. No good. First one. It's been a strange game in a lot of different respects. Officials talking some things over with the scorers table, making sure we got everything straight. They haven't given Nelson the ball to shoot the second one just yet. And another official is going to go over and get some things straight. That's the only problem with being up in the press box or being courtside, Keaton. You don't get to hear what the officials are saying. In the big leagues, you know, college and pros, those announcers are right there at the scorers table, so they can kind of listen in. Diehard Colonel fans are probably tired of me saying that because that's about the 4th or 5th time I've said that this year. Because it's about the 4th or 5th time we've had one of those strange things where we didn't know what was going on. Colonels get an inbound from the sideline. 56-39, they lead. Just going to try and run out the clock and get to the final horn. Down to 20 seconds. Nelson Dews has it. Double team momentarily. He'll dribble out of it. Reversing his direction back to half court. McClure, chest pass the far sideline to Moorman. We're down to 10 seconds. Galliard bumped. They'll whistle that a foul. Officials are still calling things tightly, and this is going to send the youngster Lawrence Galliard, number 32 for the Colonels, to the free throw line to shoot a pair. 9.1 seconds remaining. Again, if you joined us late, you'll want to stay tuned to the Subway post-game show. We'll recap the action, get you some scoring totals. Keaton and I will give you our players of the game. And, of course, your chance to win with Subway. We'll give you the code word. All you got to do is post that to the KD Country Facebook page. Galliard misses both. Down to 7 seconds. Looks like William Campbell's going to get the last shot. Gilliam looks up at the rim. Long bomb effort, no good from the right sideline. 0.9 seconds left on the clock, so the Colonels will just have to get it inbounds one more time. They won't even look to shoot here. And it's going to be a loss on senior night for William Campbell, but they fought hard. They kept it close. 56-39. There's the final buzzer. Altavista with the win. Stay tuned for the Subway postgame show right around the corner on 105.5 KD Country.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Virginia are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Brought to you by English Construction Company, with offices in Lynchburg.
Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving family since 1905. Personal, memorable memorial moments, celebrating life and more. Pretty arrangements with confidence, trust and care from our family to yours. Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving family since 1905.
Unfortunately, I have some bad news.
How bad is it, Doctor?
We've done all we can. Your heat pump's not gonna make it.
Oh, no.
Honey, it's going to be okay. We'll call Select Air Mechanical and Electrical, 332-2600. With over 60 years experience, they'll have us comfortable again in no time.
I recommend Select Air to all my patients. Call 332-2600 or visit selectairmechanical.com. They can handle all your home comfort needs, and they're an authorized trained dealer. It's hard to stop a train.
More live high school sports action on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway post-game show is here. And we're live from William Campbell High School. The Altavista Colonels get the win, 59-34. You heard it all live on 105.5 KD Country. We're having a good time. It's been a fun night, an entertaining night. I mentioned the three-man weave completed here tonight by Keaton Brooks, my special guest host, Agent Enigma. We had Bob Alvis, the old master. I call him Agent 001, Keaton, because he was like the first guy. He's kind of like the guy behind the guy, actually.
Paul Heyman.
Exactly. Ryan Cook was my guest host Wednesday in his color commentary debut. The former Colonel Star had a great night with me Wednesday as we saw a good game, a 4-point win for Altavista at Rustburg. Colonels get the win at home against Rustburg yesterday, and then a win here against William Campbell tonight to cap off a 18-3 regular season. Initial impressions of the Altavista Colonels. I know you've listened to a bunch of games. You said you went back and did some homework on YouTube as well. Initial impressions seeing the Colonels for the first time in person.
I was pretty impressed, Kyle. You said that this was their third game in 3 days, and they may have lost some of their juice, but they were physical. They dominated underneath on the defense and offensive boards. They moved the ball around well. They were big and physical, and I was impressed with that. The two brothers down low.
Yeah, the brothers Johnson, Darius and Demetrius, they're a load on the inside. And the Colonels, in general, that's a trait of their teams and has been for a while. They rebound well, they play defense, and they do share the basketball well. So I think it's interesting that you pointed out because that's something we've been pointing out for years. William Campbell had a lot of fight in them. They just could never trim that lead. They got the lead trimmed to 10, I think, at one point in the third quarter, Keaton, but they were down 12 the entire game. And I know literally is an overused word, but literally, folks, they were down 12 the entire game. Colonels led by 12 after the first. Colonels led by 12 at half. Colonels led by 12 at the end of the third quarter. And Altavista does stretch out the lead some there to finish things up. Colonels with the victory. And it was an interesting game in a lot of respects on a senior night here at William Campbell. We'll take one more timeout. We'll bring it back with your chance to win with Subway. Foot-long meal deal will get given away at some point tonight by somebody. Just got to post the word we give you after this timeout. Then we'll do some stats, and we'll wrap it all up. Altavista, big winner here in a regular season finale against William Campbell. You heard it all live on 105.5 KD Country.
A short drive will save you money. In the market for a new Chevrolet? Fellers Chevrolet.
FellersDirect.com.
For a huge selection of new Chevrolets and pre-owned vehicles, it's Fellers Chevrolet.
FellersDirect.com.
FellersDirect.com. Selection. Convenience. Fellers Chevrolet.
Fellers Chevrolet.
Always open and only a click away.
FellersDirect.com.
A short drive will save you money. Fellers Chevrolet.
In Altavista.
Does it seem that most stores don't care about good service these days? Well, at English's Building Supply, good service is still the king. They greet me with a smile, help me select the highest quality Glidden paint, provide expert color matching, and even carry my paint to the car. They help me get the job done right and make it last. At English's Building Supply, the customer is still king. English's Hardware and Building Supply, North Main Street, Altavista.
It's cold in here. Will your heating system keep you warm this winter, or will you spend a cold evening shivering under the covers? Have your heating system inspected today by Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling. Kent Tyree has over 20 years experience and specializes in heating, air, plumbing, and electrical, licensed and bonded. Call for an appointment today. 309-2266. 309-2266. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling.
Back to the press box for high school sports on 105.5 KD Country.
56 56-39 Altavista. Final score here from William Campbell. That's a 17-point win for the Colonels. Good performance by them tonight, and I mentioned Colonels will end the regular season at 18-3. They do get a bye in the first round, and I'll say it again. Altavista will be on the hardwood at home, hosting an opponent to be determined later. That's Thursday. It'll be in Altavista. Start time to be determined, so stay tuned to KD Country. Trying to get you an update here for the Lady Colonels game so we can find out what their schedule is going to be. And Principal Ty Gafford informing me Altavista up 42-14 over William Campbell. So, Keaton, I think we can pretty much assume, I know you get in trouble doing that sometimes.
Don't make assumptions.
Right.
Yet.
Let's assume in this case, though, that the Lady Colonels go on and get a win over William Campbell. That means they'll have a bye Monday. Their game will be a semifinal game Wednesday at home. They'll host that ball game, again, against an opponent to be determined later. Stay tuned to KD Country for the details. Make sure you like KD Country on Facebook because we're going to give you a chance to win with Subway right now. The word you need to post is Valentine. Of course, guys, if you forgot, Valentine's Day is tomorrow. And ladies, if you forgot, Valentine's Day is tomorrow. We have hearts too, Keaton. When your sweetheart forgets that it's Valentine's Day, you show up with a dozen roses and she just says thanks.
I did not realize girls give guys Valentine's gift. I've been missing out.
You don't like,
for 28 years.
Your Swedish fish and your Twizzlers and your cupcakes and your cookies and your red velvet cake and your raspberry cheesecake cookies from Subway. Do I need to go on?
No, I like the white chocolate Reese's peanut butter cups.
Oh yeah, those are solid. Good point. Post the word Valentine or Valentine's Day, even if you want to the KD Country Facebook, and you'll be entered into a chance to win yourself a foot-long meal deal, courtesy of Subway's in Altavista. The word we're looking for is Valentine. We have a core group of people that do this. Keaton, our good friends Robbie Rice, Brian Clark, Lee Stinnett has won a bunch. It's we like giving the subs away. Love to get some new folks in there, too, to give some subs away, too, because, hey, foot-long meal deal from Subway, man. Come on. Those aren't growing on trees out there. Keaton thinking of something witty to say, and he can't. Your shot clock is over. Speaking of shot clocks, no shot clock here tonight. The Colonels win 56-39. Let's go over some final scoring numbers for the William Campbell Generals. McKenna Neighbors had 2. Jamar Wilkes had 2. Tiberius Ewell with 2. Tyrell Staten with 2. Patrick Lockett pitched in 7. Michael Walker had 2. And Hakeem Gilliam had 2. The big man, leading scorer, led all scorers, Khalil Boyd, 20 points tonight. Did it from inside, did it from outside, rebounded well, ran the floor well. Nice job by Khalil Boyd. On the other side, scoring for the Altavista Colonels. Josh McClure with 4. Nelson Dews had 6. Juan Thornhill had 7. Malback with 8. The brothers Johnson finished with 10, both of them. Demetrius had 10. Darius had 10. Donovan Montague leading the Altavista Colonels with 11 points. Nice floor game by Montague. He continues to get better. He's just a first-year player. Keaton, I know that's hard to believe. Generals, 5 of 5 from the free throw line. Altavista, not quite that good. They were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They were 11 of 22 from the free throw line, right at 50%. So their percentage is going to drop just a little bit on the year. And I'm sure Coach Cardallero would like to see more of those free throws go in. That's going to about wrap it up for us, but we do have to hand out the Chris Owen Good Hands Award Player of the Game. It's tradition for me, Keaton, to pick first for the other team. And William Campbell had a lot of guys score. It was senior night. They played inspired ball at times. But Khalil Boyd, I think you got to give him the Player of the Game at 20 points. It's not all about points, but when you drop in 20, it's a little bit about the points.
I spent the last 15 minutes wanting to play devil's advocate with you, but I agree.
Yeah.
Khalil Boyd, very impressive.
Good performance for him. And William Campbell, by the way, Keaton, is in Conference 44 with Altavista. So it's a chance we could see this matchup again in the playoffs next week. And we certainly wish William Campbell the best of luck and hope they do go deep in the playoffs. For Altavista, it's a little bit tougher. A balanced attack for sure. I'm going to go with number 3, Donovan Montague, 11 points. And the big man, he's 6'5", Keaton, but about 6'6" with the hair. I told Donnie if he lets that hair grow out, he could be 6'7" by the time the state tournament rolls around. And when you got a 6'7" guy out there shooting 3 balls like Donovan does, that's hard to stop. He rebounded well. It wasn't just the points. Donovan Montague, my pick for player of the game. I wouldn't be shocked if you went with the UVA commit Juan Thornhill just because of your collegiate allegiances.
No, I think I'm going to go with the brothers Johnson both.
Nice.
10 points
Combo
each.
pick.
What's not on your score sheet, their presence down low, which I was very impressed with.
Great point. Called me out on my score sheet here, not having the rebounds. But
Not all about offense.
It's not all about offense. The brothers Johnson coming into the year, Darius averaging 8.2 boards a game, Demetrius 7.6. So you're right. They do wipe off that glass and tend to dominate on the inside. Don't know if we dominated tonight, but we sure had fun. We're glad you stopped by. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the generous support from folks like Highview Motors. From small to tall, Highview has it all. English Construction, wishing our high school athletes an exciting and injury-free game. Tyree Lills, Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer, warm in the winter, and comfortable in between. English Building Supply, your complete home center and your Glidden paint expert. Feller Chevrolet, a short drive will save you money. And make sure you tune in to our YouTube rebroadcast on demand. You can listen to the Colonel games whenever you want, brought to you by Fellers Chevrolet. Finch & Finch Funeral and Cremation Services, a family serving families since 1905. The Select Air Mechanical and Electrical, your authorized train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. Bug Motors, over 40 cars and trucks in stock. And I'm sure you've heard the Bug Motors morning show on 105.5. The only place you can win Regal Cinemas movie tickets, that's the Bug Motors morning show. First National Bank, focused on providing an extraordinary customer experience. And we can't forget our live internet broadcast, so everybody in Buena Vista can listen. Everybody down in sunny Orlando, Florida with Minnie can listen. Manhattan, all points in between. Mr. and Mrs. Basketball fan, from border to border, coast to coast, and all the ships at sea can tune in online thanks to Chris Owen, your All-State agent in Lynchburg. Go online, get a quote from Chris Owen today. That's going to wrap it up for us. This has been the Subway post-game show. Colonels get the win by 17, 56-39. Next basketball game on these airwaves should be Wednesday when the Lady Colonels will host a playoff opponent, and then the guys are back on the hardwoods Thursday at home. If you can't make it to the game, be sure to tune in to us on 105.5 KD Country.